Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and it's Debsy, and the place to be, it's Debsy. Bloop, bloop, that's me. Boop, Debsy. Hey guys, and Thursday. Happy Thursday, everybody. I'm a little late getting this up, and I'm a little late filming this because I just finished watching the rest of Real Housewives of New Jersey. So, when was it? Tuesday night, I watched Real Housewives of New Jersey, and I'm going to give my thoughts on it right now. This episode boiled down to a lot of, once again, the Gorgas versus Teresa, and there was a little bit of Bill and Jen, and there was a lot of Jen Aiden shit talking. So let's get into it with the Gorgas and Teresa. So in the beginning, the two couples, the Gorgas and Teresa and Louis are going back and forth talking about the wedding. Once again, the Gorgas are, I just find it easier to say the Gorgas than say Melissa and Joe. So the Gorgas are all upset that, that Teresa didn't invite Melissa's parents. And Joe doesn't feel like he's welcomed in Teresa's new life since Louis entered it. He feels like Louis entered and he brought his family, so that's wiping her family. That's wiping him out of it. And Louis and Teresa, they really don't like the fact that that the Gorgas, that Melissa and Joe are talking about the family business, how it was when Teresa was in prison, and putting all that out there on the podcast. Listen, I kind of agree on that. But in my mind, the only real storyline that Melissa has had forever on the show has been her discord and her problem with Teresa. I don't want to say her problem with Teresa, but the fighting between the two of them. And Melissa went on her podcast and was saying that when Teresa was in prison, although remember, Teresa didn't call it prison, Teresa called it camp. When she was in camp, they would go over, she was the one, Melissa was the one who would take the kids to dance and then she put food on their table. I don't know what that means, but put food on the table. And, you know, Joe piped in with, yeah, if it wasn't for us, they wouldn't be fed or something like that. So they just went back and forth on that. And Louis, who, I mean, I'm not a big fan of Louis by any means, but I will say Louis is trying to get the two of them talking again, Teresa and Joe. So he was just like, listen, I think you should maybe try and make up with Joe. So Teresa calls Joe. Joe picks up and she basically says, do you want to make up? Do you want peace? I hear you want peace. And he says, I want to make peace. It's finito and we're done. It's done. He says, it's done. And she says, well, do you want to talk about anything? And he says, no, I don't want to talk about anything. If I talk about anything, then I'm going to get upset. And she's like, yeah, I know. My therapist says it's not good to talk about the past. I don't know. So she then says, are you coming to my housewarming party? And he says, I don't know. And then she says, I love you. She says, I love you. He says, love you too. And then they get off the phone and she's like, I'm so happy. He said, I love you too to me. But listen, if he was really trying to make up with her, I think he would have been like, I think that he should have said, yes, I will be at your party. He doesn't want to make up. He's not making up with her. I wouldn't have gotten excited. So then Bill and Jen Aiden, they have a date night. They have a dinner. She ends up telling him that she got her son, their son, had requested a party limo for prom. She said yes. He got real upset about it. He got kind of pissed about it. And she basically was like, listen, you dipped your wick someplace else, so this is what you get. This is what's gonna do, and this is what happens. Deal with it. She didn't say you dipped your wick, but he dipped his wick. He was getting all upset about it, and she's like, by the way, I realized that you got a new Ferrari to replace your old Ferrari, and so I hate seeing my kids in pain. And you dipping your wick put them in pain, so suck it. I'm spending your money. She's upset that he doesn't have her back. He's hurt that she shit on him, not literally, but figuratively. So Jen's getting tired of this. And once again, if I ever had a doctor that looked as creepy as he does, and when he was eating that fish, the way he was holding his knife, or no, his fork, the way he was holding his fork and his face, no. Tell me in the comments if you watch. Listen, I know who's going to be commenting on this video most. It's going to be Vicky Smith. Vicky, listen, tell me, do you think he's creepy? Because he's creepy. If I saw that doctor, that person coming at me as a doctor, no thank you. I'm going to get out of that room. No ma'am, I'm not. He's creepy looking. So Rachel Buda and Jen Fessler, they met for lunch. I'm just going to tell you once again, I love Jen Fessler. I really do. Because they ended up getting an appetizer of meatballs. And then Jen Fessler got a pizza. And Rachel was like, we can share that. And we can share that. And Jen Fessler really was like, no, I'm not sharing my pizza. I get it that you can. I won't be. It's another reason why I love Jen Fessler. Rachel lets it slide. Rachel lets it slide. Rachel lets it out that Jen Aiden called her and talked shit about Dolores. And which she really shouldn't have done, because Jen is good friends with Frank's girlfriend, Brittany. So really shouldn't say anything about Dolores to her. And Jen Fessler then said she talked to Jen Aiden. Jen Aiden called her, and she badmouthed Margaret, which is not a great thing to do because Jen Fessler and Margaret are friends. And Jennifer claimed that Margaret is jealous of her. Rachel says, and I agree with her. Rachel says that this is like high school. This is exactly like high school. This is like when all the mean girls in high school grow up and then they are released into like a reality show. That's exactly what it is. It's high drama, but older. So, and meaner. But I'll watch it. And then she has a good quote too. Rachel Buda says, she says, my mother always said that if there's a red flag a waving, there's a parade a coming. And she said, Rachel's parade is coming. She also said, jealousy is a disease. Get well soon, Jennifer Aiden. It's good. I think that might have been somebody's tagline. By the way, taglines are back. The taglines are back. Some of them were good. Some of them were just stupid. I'm going to write all of them down, and next week I'm going to recreate them as best as I can without all the standing and the, and then the makeup and the jewelry and the makeup and the dresses and the hair. I'm not going to do any of that. I'll try and recreate them. I was so excited that we finally got taglines again. They're what's needed. It's not a Real Housewives show if you don't have the taglines. So then Margaret and Dolores got together. They called Melissa. Melissa once again is upset that Teresa didn't invite her family to the wedding. I can understand where she's coming from, but I don't know. I was going to say maybe they want to keep the wedding small, but if anybody has seen the pictures, it obviously was not anything small. They wanted to have Cirque du Soleil dancers there. I'm just saying. That's gonna go on forever. Melissa was like, we're done talking about the wedding. We're done. It will never stop. So they also had, during this episode, they had a housewarming party at Teresa and Louie's. It was the Love Bubble housewarming party. Dumb. That's just a stupid theme. And I would really hate to be the dancer who had to stand in the giant plastic ball in the pool. How would you like for that to be your job? That. You had one job. It was to twirl a baton in a ball in a pool for 6 hours. I would fart all in that balloon. Tell me in the comments if you think that she farted in that ball, in the pool, in the Love Bubble. So just one comment. Now listen, I like Margaret most of the times. Sometimes not, but most of the times. I really wish Margaret would wear a bra. Like, please, listen, please. Put a bra on from time to time. I mean, maybe wear something that requires a bra. Now listen, I have a bra. I mean, I'm older. Gravity has taken course, but if I was going to be on a reality show, I would get something that would lift them and put them together. I'm just saying. So everybody's at the party. Melissa comes, but surprise, surprise, Joe Gorga's not there. I will say, I'm not a fan of Jennifer Aiden. Everybody knows that. But she was right when she said Joe's a drama queen. Joe Gorga, they should just make him a full-time housewife, because he brings just as much, if not more, drama than the ladies. Gia and Gabriella talk to Melissa. It's just beyond awkward. It's like, it's just awkward. And then off camera, Melissa says that they love the girls, but she knows they have hate in their heart for them. I think that was a little much. I don't think they have hate in their heart for her or for their uncle. I just think that they just don't like how they're portraying the situation. I mean, I think they kind of feel like their uncle and Melissa are just maybe lying and just trying to change the narrative. That's all. I don't think the girls hate them. I just think they just don't trust them. That's all. Danielle, listen, Danielle, they were having I looked like maybe rigatonis or something like that. And Danielle says, did anybody bring any Tupperwares? She said, did anybody bring any Tupperwares? And they were like, why would we bring Tupperware? She's like, because I'm going to get ready. I could walk out of here. I could just walk out of here with one of these pans. She was going to bring some Tupperwares and take some. I like that. Teresa makes a speech. She gets up, makes a speech, and she says that everyone here is our chosen family. And Melissa gets real upset. Now, to me, that did seem like a dig to Melissa because Joe wasn't there. And this is your chosen family. I mean, half these people that are there are people that, some of the people that are there are people that have to be there because they're in the show with you. You haven't really known Rachel that long. She's one of your chosen family? I don't know. I can see why Melissa would be upset. Danielle and Jackie have it out. Jackie tells Danielle to get her hands out of her face. And Danielle was like talking about with hands in your face. This is how I talk. This is how I talk. This is how I talk. I did feel kind of attacked because I'm Italian and I move my hands around. So listen, just saying. Margaret tells Jackie that Jen Aiden called her a snob. Jackie doesn't seem to be too upset about that. The talk then turns to Jennifer Aiden talking to Jen Fessler. And they were talking about how Jen Aiden was talking about Dolores and was talking shit about Margaret. It seems like there's always a problem, and everybody always has a problem with let me turn that around. Jen Aiden always seems to have a problem with everybody. There's always, except for Teresa. So I don't know. Much like back on Real Housewives of Atlanta, when everybody was trying to trace back who the problem is. The problem was always Nene, but in this instance, I think the problem is Jennifer Aiden. She always has a problem with somebody. So Jennifer Aiden started calling Rachel an effing idiot. She then said that she has a bad nose job, but then called out Rachel's bad nose job. Okay. I'm sorry, Jennifer Aiden's nose job is terrible. And she claims that she called Rachel to apologize to her if she offended her, asking if she had a nose job. And then, of course, Jennifer Aiden just starts screaming and yelling as always. Rachel left and was like, I forget it. I'm not giving you power. I'm getting out of here. Goodbye. So that was it. So listen, if you watched it, let me know what you thought. And with that being said, I am going to head off for the night. I may be making a video about my thoughts on the Murdaugh trial and possibly the Netflix limited series that came out. So with that being said, if nobody told you yet today, I love you. You're loved, seen, and heard. Please make sure that you put love, kindness, compassion, acceptance, hope, and positivity out there. And please take care of each other. And I love you guys. Have a great day. And the weekend is almost here.